What's going on, guys? It's Bulletproof Soul here, and today we're coming in with a video. This is gonna be a fucking banger. I'm probably gonna split this one into two or three parts because this is a pretty long story. But basically, this is a story of the first time I did acid. Um, for those of you who were wondering where the daily uploads went during spring break, this is what I've been doing. This story. So I hope it was worth it for y'all because this is honestly a hilarious, like, banger of a story. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that. Send this video to your grandma, share it with everyone you know. But other than that, let's get right into it. So this story starts the night before, after I had gotten out of work. It was about 7 o'clock, and it was Monday. It was 4/20, April 20th. And, I'd been invited over to a friend's house to celebrate. And I went with my girlfriend. And yeah, we ended up at that house. And if you guys have seen the video of the fruit mukbang, I don't think that's up yet, but I'll link it in the description once it's up. Um, that's basically what we did that Monday night. That was on 4/20. I didn't know we were doing that fruit mukbang. Jaden had mentioned it before, but I didn't know it was actually happening today. It was a big surprise. So I went over. We had that nice fruit mukbang, and I was just talking to my friends. And I'm not gonna get too into detail on the fruit mukbang because that's gonna be its own video. But I was there for like 2 hours, and I was talking to my friends, and we ended up making plans to hang out on Tuesday, the following day, after me and Kylie were done our trip, because me and Kylie had planned for like months in advance. Spring break, we're doing acid. That was the plan since honestly the start of 2026. So I already had the tabs and everything. All she had to do was just come over early in the morning, 7 o'clock tomorrow, and we would be fine. So we leave Emily's house. We have a great time doing our little fruit mukbang, and I get home and I remember I barely slept that night. I didn't shut my eyes for a fucking minute Monday night. I was up until literally 3 a.m. tossing and turning, trying to sleep, but I just couldn't. I was so, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was so excited to do some acid with my girlfriend. I was absolutely stoked for it. So I'm laying awake. I don't really know if like me being up all night, like being pretty sleep deprived. I only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep in total. I don't know if that contributed to like the weirdness of this trip, but basically the plan was the next day, Tuesday, the 21st, she was going to come over at 7 in the morning, right as my parents left the house pretty much. And we were going to have all day to trip until like 2, 3 o'clock when my dad got home. We'd have to be out of the house by then. That was the plan. So, first part of that plan goes absolutely swimmingly. She comes over at 7 o'clock. We both split a tab because it's our first time. And I should probably mention this now. So we ended up getting gel tabs from our guy, and I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of gel tabs until I literally unwrapped the little tinfoil and I saw them, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" Like they're little pieces of plastic. I mean, I googled it and it said it was legit, but I don't know. I When I think acid, I think like a little stamp with like a postage stamp sized piece of paper with like a smiley face on it. Maybe it's because I'm not that experienced, but hey. So we split this gel tab and we hop in the shower for about 20 minutes. We do our thing. It's chill. Come on out. We head back up to my room, and I'm playing Fortnite for a while, just playing some video games. And I look over to Kylie and I'm like, "Are you feeling it at all?" And she's like, "Nah, not really." And I'm like, "Me neither. Me neither." So yeah, I mean, neither of us were really feeling it. And I was starting to wonder, man, like, did I get scammed? Did I get played for a fool? Like, what's going on? You know, it's like 8:30 by the time I brought all this up, and I'm just really not feeling it at all. We're just chilling in my bed. I'm playing Peggle at this point because I lost like 4 games of Fortnite. Like, this is the crazy thing is this whole trip I didn't think I was tripping, including this part. Even though I was like complete ass at Fortnite, I couldn't play to save my life. I was horrible at Fortnite. I still like I somehow managed to convince myself like, nah, man, I got scammed and this is just placebo, which is it's fucking crazy. It's literally crazy. I mean, I didn't really like it just acid wasn't at all what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a lot more intense, like being stoned almost, but no, it really was a different experience than anything else I've done before. So I'm like, you know what, Kylie? Like, I hope we didn't get scammed. We're just gonna pop. Both of us are gonna pop another tab just to see, and I mean like a whole one. So we both take our tabs. Now, me and her are both a tab and a half deep, and this is still our first time on acid. So we give those tabs a little bit longer to kick in. I'm playing Fortnite, or I'm playing Peggle still, and I think around like 9. Yeah, I was literally like at 9 pretty much. I just like turned off Peggle and I was like, all right, like I'm tired. Like I just got this really like weird sensation over my body that I felt so tired and I just wanted to lay down and like kind of think about shit for a minute. And I was like, Kylie, like, you want to do the same? She's like, yeah, like, I'm definitely feeling the acid. I'm like, I'm still, this is the crazy, this is when it really gets ridiculous. I still didn't think I was tripping. After a tab and a half, I still was like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really not feeling it. Looking back on it, I was geeked as fuck. Okay? I was tripping fucking nutsack, y'all. You guys wouldn't even believe how like geeked I was, all right? But I just for some reason I think it's because maybe I hadn't had any caffeine or really anything to eat, and I was like so tired that like I wasn't really thinking super hard about my mental state and how I felt that I didn't really notice I was tripping because it was like I woke up at like 6:45, so I pretty much woke up and took acid. So I don't know. I guess since I hadn't really been like energized and awake that day, I just thought it was like how I was being that day because I hadn't eaten, I hadn't had caffeine. I'm like, oh, all right, like this is just how it is. But no, I was tripping fucking nuts. And let me tell you guys, we ended up laying in bed together, not even like sexually or really doing anything, just laying in bed. We didn't even speak for like 3 hours, and I was just staring at the fucking ceiling. And I'll put a picture of my ceiling on screen for y'all so y'all know what I'm talking about. But the way I see that pattern, it kind of looks like fireworks to me. And I remember literally just sitting there staring at my ceiling while it's like it was so fucking trippy. It like literally looked like my ceiling, it would like go flat and then it would like all the like those that like kind of firework pattern would explode out again. And I was just sitting there, like, staring at these, like, imaginary fucking fireworks on my ceiling, like, literally sitting there watching this happen in front of me, and I'm thinking, like, "Oh, man, like, this must just be the placebo effect, like, I definitely got scammed, like, there's no way this is real acid, like, what the hell? Like, I've never heard of a fucking gel tab, bruh. I got scammed, I got played." I'm just sitting there. I I I was such a fucking idiot. I'm just sitting there literally hallucinating in front of myself like, "Nah, man, this is all placebo effect. No way this is real." But after about 3 hours, it was like I think like 11:30 by the time we both started to talk again. I had realized, "All right, this isn't fucking placebo. I'm tripping nuts right now." So, after that realization, me and Kylie kind of we came down off our peak. We started talking again, and I was just like, we're just talking about our times. I was telling her like, yeah, like I was a fucking idiot. I didn't think I was tripping, and we end up talking, just kind of dicking around for like a couple hours, and we're just having a great time. We're playing Fortnite, we're listening to music, and actually, one thing I'd like to note about the music too is I really did think acid was gonna have like an effect on how I listen to music. Cause whenever I get on like shrooms or even just get stoned, a music sounds so much different to me. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I get off the shrooms, I can't listen to rap music, and rap is like my favorite genre. I get off the shrooms and I just don't want a fucking thing to do with it. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. But that's like one of the biggest parts of why I didn't think I was tripping is because the music just sounded so normal to me that I was like, well, I can't be tripping because like I think acid, I think like people in the 70s at like a Grateful Dead concert, like all fucking dancing in unison and shit. Like that's what I think of when I think of acid. So I thought that's how I was gonna be, but no, no, none of that at all, which is pretty fucking crazy. But regardless, we're just chilling out in my room listening to music. And, we started to discuss what time we'd have to head home and shit like that. Like we were starting to get packed up. And that's when I heard probably the worst sound you could have possibly asked to hear in a scenario like this. I heard the sound of my front door being loudly opened and shut, and then my dad's big, heavy fucking work boots stepping inside the door. And I just heard this from my room because I mean, hey, we got paper thin walls. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I can hear it if my dad is taking a shit downstairs, all right? And I hear this motherfucker just stomp in, and I look at the clock. It's only like 2 o'clock when he got home. Really fucking no, it was like 1:15 when he got home. Super duper early. Way too fucking early. Way earlier than I was expecting. Way, way, way earlier than either of us were expecting. And I remember him getting home. And yeah, me and Kylie were over at Preak by this point, but we were definitely still fucking tripping. Don't let it, like, let's be clear here. We were 1000% still tripping. And I remember my dad, like, getting home and, I was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I looked at Kylie. How long is this recording? We've only been live for 12 minutes. All right. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? The first thing I do, I'm like, Kylie, stay up here because I don't know if I could you guys in on this. Kylie is not supposed to fucking be there. My parents are already weird about like my girlfriend in general, which is really unfortunate. But like I've honestly, I'm not gonna be lying to you guys. I've gotten caught sneaking her over to my house before, and I got my car keys taken for a month. So only God knows what they would do if we got caught tripping fucking nuts and having her over for a second time. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went into fight or flight mode here. And I started panicking a little. I went downstairs and I just made sure she hadn't left any of her shit lying around anywhere real quick. Just did a sweep of the house while my dad was like taking his shoes off and getting some water. And we were good on that. Her wallet was in my car, like on the passenger seat, but it's like a nice Ed Hardy wallet. So it low key looked like mine. So I wasn't worried about that. But checked all around. We were all set. But I'm looking at my dad and I'm talking to him, and I can just tell he is not sus at all. He's not sus. I don't even think he was sus that I was like high on anything. Cause it had been probably 5, 6 hours since we dosed at this point. So I was doing better. I was like able to talk by this point. But I don't get me wrong, I'm definitely still fucking tripping. And so I'm talking to my dad, and my little brother is home too, which also complicates things and makes it harder to get Kylie out of the house. So, and also, I'll let you guys know, I live up on the second story. So we're looking at having to bring Kylie somehow, smuggle Kylie down the stairs, down the main stairs in my house, and out the front door. I'm pretty much as far away from the front door as you can be in my house, all right? Like I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm like it's not super far, like, but relative to the rest of my house, I'm literally the farthest location from the front door. And Kylie is like pretty much just trapped in my fucking room because I mean she can't come out. Like I'd get my ass beat. So after I had more or less assessed the situation and realized, all right, my dad isn't on to me, but I do still need to get this girl out of here. Because keep in mind, I actually don't know if I remember to mention this. We had plans for a party at like 5 o'clock, and it's like 1. And now I gotta sneak this chick out of my house. So I run back upstairs and I'm just trying to think of what to do. And as you guys know, last time this happened, I was able to just wait for my dad to take a shit. And I was gonna do that this time, but oh, pardon me, my stomach is killing me. I was planning to do that this time, but for whatever reason, no matter how much I stalled, he just didn't have to shit today. I don't know if he already went or what, but it was just wasn't happening. He maybe need to see like a dietitian or something, but he's not having regular bowel movements, which is unfortunate for me. Trying to sneak my girlfriend out of my house. So eventually I come up with the genius plan to put Kylie in a laundry basket and pretend like I'm going to the laundromat, which our washer and dryer is broken right now. So it wasn't like super unfeasible, but there were some complications, which I'll get into. I'll explain here. So basically, I decided on this, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The acid was hitting Kylie a lot harder than it was hitting me, and she like by this point, and she was kind of freaking out. She was kind of freaking the fuck out and didn't know what to do. And I was trying to make a plan, but it's hard. It's really hard to keep a girl calm while trying to stay quiet so your dad doesn't hear you talking in your room, while trying to formulate a plan on how to get your girlfriend out of your room without your dad or your little brother noticing while you're tripping on acid. That's a tall order. And I think I'm a pretty all right guy when it comes to handling stuff, but that's a tall fucking order for anyone. I think I'd say that's a pretty pretty tall order. So I'm calming her down. I remember I got her like a banana and she just spit it the fuck out because she didn't want it. And I got drinks, like running all this shit up to my room, just trying to make a plan with her. And we tested her in my laundry baskets, and I couldn't carry that shit. Like I could, but the laundry baskets, they were already starting to break, and it just I lifted her up like a foot off my bed, and it just felt sketchy. And I'm like, all right, so playing laundry basket's a no-go. I'm pretty fortunate. Kylie is like a pretty skinny chick. She's only like 110 pounds. Like she's very skinny, very easy to conceal in a laundry basket. So, but these laundry baskets just aren't fucking cutting it. And keep in mind, we ended up spending like an hour just trying to get my shit ready. Cause oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm also trying to pack all my stuff for the party while this is going on. Cause I don't want to look sus coming back. I don't want to look super sus coming back after I leave. So I'm also packing all of my shit for my party while making sure Kylie has all of her shit packed. There's a lot on my plate today. There was a lot on my plate on Tuesday, and it's only 2 o'clock in the fucking afternoon. So, you know, we end up getting packed up, and I ran downstairs, and there was just by this point my dad was like sitting on the couch. He had gotten all his stuff done that he needed to do when he got home, so he's just chilling on the couch watching like Facebook Reels or YouTube or some stupid shit, kind of not paying attention anymore. So I run downstairs into the basement. I get this big black storage tote, not really something you'd use for laundry, but honestly something I could use to hold a person. I knew that much. I knew that much. So I head downstairs. I grab this big storage tote, run it back upstairs to Kylie, and I'm like, "All right, sit your ass down. I'm getting you out of here." So Here's how it went. She sets, I put the crate on the floor. She hops in. I took like a bunch of my blankets and shit off of my bed. I just put them on top of her and I tucked it in, made sure it looked kind of natural, not sus, even though, there's literally no reason for me to be using this storage bin. This was actually the hardest like thing to get away with. Is it's just if he asked about the storage bin, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got a lot of fucking blankets, Dad. I can't use a normal laundry basket. I got to use a storage bin. He's gonna be like no, no, I don't think he'd buy that. But anyway, I put her ass in there and I pick up the bin, and it's pretty heavy, but it's not like unmanageable. But there's definitely still a person inside. And I hoist her up, and I'm literally clenching my ass, cold sweating, walk down the stairs with her. And the way my stairs are set up, it like kind of has you come down the stairs. On the left is my living room where my dad is sitting, and there's like a little banister, and you can see into the living room as you come down the stairs. It's pretty sweet. But I come downstairs with this like laundry basket that looks like it has a mountain of fucking laundry in it, as well has like I got my bag of my stuff in my hand, which also has Kylie's stuff inside that bag. So we really just got the whole 9 yards. I just come down like real slow, way slower than anyone should be walking with a fucking laundry basket. And my dad's literally sitting on the couch. Me and him make eye contact for a second, but luckily he goes right back to watching Facebook Reels. Somehow he didn't even give a fuck. He didn't ask, what you using that basket for, where you headed. Like, I mean, he knew I was going to the laundromat, but didn't didn't ask any fucking questions. So I walked downstairs with my girlfriend inside a laundry basket. So I take a right through my house, head down through the kitchen, walk by my little brother. I'm like, he's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Laundromat. Can you get the door for me?" As I'm standing there like struggling to hold like a bunch of fucking blankets, looking like a moron. But hey, I literally walk out the front door, walk down my front steps, open up my car door real quick, slap Kylie inside, and hey, keys in the ignition. We're fucking out of there, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I was literally and keep in mind, guys, keep in mind, I'm still on acid. It was 2:30 by the time we left my house. I'm still on fucking acid. I'm still tripping. And so is Kylie. And Kylie is still tripping a lot harder than me. So I don't know what this experience was like for her being inside a fucking box while her dumbass boyfriend carries her outside. Literally traffic. That's going to be the title of the video. I had to traffic my own girlfriend while on acid. That's what I had to do. So we pull up to the park where her car is parked because our strategy is there's a park near my house and we'll just leave her car there while she comes over so there's not two cars in my driveway. Pretty good little setup we usually do. I pull up there and I realize, hey, there's like 10 cars parked in this fucking park. I can't literally I like cuz she's literally still in a box, like in the storage tote sitting in my passenger seat. There's no way I can just take like a box out of my car and let a fucking girl out of it in front of like in broad daylight. So, we end up driving for a couple more minutes down to just like a little secluded dirt pit. I get her out of the car, we get everything sorted. I drop her back, or no, I ended up not dropping her back off at her car. Actually, this is when shit really kind of starts to take off and just get fucking ridiculous. So I get her out and I'm like, Kylie, like, do you want to go back to your car yet? She's like, no, like I don't think I can drive. Like I'm still fucking tripping. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Like I can just drive you around for a little bit. Just hit me with some gas money later. She's like, all right, sounds good. So we just start driving. We're driving around my neighborhood. We're driving around town, take a loop around, and I needed gas. I really needed gas. I had like 10 miles in my tank, but I had a crisp, fat little 20 sitting in my pocket. So I'm like, I pull up to the gas station, and I'm on, I don't know what fucking pump I'm on. I pull up to the pump, and I head inside. I grab a Monster for myself and a Red Bull for Kylie because the food there was way too fucking expensive. I'm not kidding, guys. This gas station, it's Noria. Fuck Noria, first off. I worked for them for a while. Those guys are bitches. I worked for them or I worked for a gas station that got bought out by them. And when I did, actually, it was the same gas station I was at. I was at Lakeside, and Lakeside was like a community thing for like years, and I worked there for a bit. And then they got bought out by Noria, and they cut everyone's hours down to 10 hours a fucking week. Every part-time worker. So I had to go back to McDonald's after that. But I pull up at Lakeside because they have the cheapest gas in town at this point. It's like 2.59, something fucking. No, it's like 3.59, but that's still a good deal nowadays. But anyway, I pull up. I'm like I walk inside. I get my Red Bull. I get my Monster. I'm checking out, and I'm talking to this cashier, and it's like this is another. This is when things got kind of bad for me. I'm talking to this cashier who was also my old coworker, and there's a bunch of my other old coworkers like all just kind of talking to me from behind the register. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really super close with any of these guys, and I'm still tripping on fucking acid. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot trying to talk to them. I don't really know what's going on. And I'm also trying to cash myself out at the same time. I'm talking to the cashier. I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna pay. I don't even know what I said. I just mumbled some. This is a funny ass part because even my girlfriend was like fucking laughing at me. I mumbled some bullshit that just didn't make any sense. I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna pay with this, and then like I'm gonna pay with this, and then put the rest on pump fucking 7, whatever. Put the rest on pump 7, and he's like, and then I after I just kind of spat all that out because what I wanted to do was pay for the drinks with the 20 and then put the change from the 20, which would be like $15, put that on the gas pump. All right. That's what I was trying to do, but I could not fucking communicate to that to him. So I literally spit out a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of fucking malarkey to this guy. And then I reach in my wallet and pull out a $1 bill and hand it to him because I forgot I had ones. I thought I only had the 20. I just hand him a $1 bill. And his guy, he just fucking looks at me and he goes, I'm a little confused. And my girlfriend just starts laughing her fucking ass off. I'm chuckling too. This gas station guy is the goat. I don't actually know his name, but he was the goat for this. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I'm able to explain to him what I actually was trying to fucking do this second time. And yeah, so I get my gas and I'm driving around and I'm like, fuck, like there's not much where I live in my town in Waterboro. There's not much in terms of like fast food. The real only places we have are really Subway and Dunkin'. And Subway was a little out of my price range, and Dunkin' was still open. And honestly, and I was like, Kylie, let's go to fucking Dunkin'. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Like, I was trying to get some food at the gas station, but like I said, $8 fucking cheeseburgers. I'm all set. I'd rather get shot in the fucking face than purchase an $8 cheeseburger. Okay, so we head to Dunkin'. We're in the drive-through, and I ordered an everything bagel with cream cheese with garden veggie cream cheese, pardon me, and a thing of hash browns because Kylie wanted them. And we pull up to the window and I open it up, and it's it's a kid who I haven't seen since like sophomore year of high school, who goes to my high school. And I'm just talking to him. And I'm like, hey, like, what's up, man? Like, it's been a minute. Like, I wasn't really really friends with this kid. Actually, I didn't really like him, honestly, when he was in high school. But I mean, hey, I literally haven't seen him in like 2 years. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's been up to. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? I graduated early, and now I have 3 trucks and 2 dirt bikes, and I just fucking tinker on them all day. And I'm like, oh, that's like lit, dude. He's like, yeah, right, dude. He's like, y'all want some free donuts? And I'm like, hell yeah, we do. So this is this is crazy. I'm talking to this guy, and shout out him for this. He's the fucking goat. after today. I'm fully on board with this guy now because he just fucking makes mechanisms all day. But this dude's like, yeah, y'all want some free donuts? Like, we're about to throw them out. I can just hand them to y'all. And I'm like, yeah, sounds sweet. He's like, and then he leans out the drive-through window and like really like does a double take, make sure no one's looking. He's like, y'all smoke weed? And I'm like, hell yeah, we do. And he's like, here, take this. You can hit it real quick, bro. And he like reaches into his pocket, hands me something. I grab it and I go to hit it before I even look at it. I'm like, oh, like we're hitting a fucking. He's got a car. Like what a G, dude. Let's hit. Fuck it, dude. I'm already on acid. Let's hit the fucking cart. Who cares, bro? I put this shit up to my lips. And then I realized, like, wait, this isn't like a normal little pen, like little dispo. Like, the fuck is it, dude? I take this shit away. Bro, this is actually probably the most boof fucking product I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll put it on screen for y'all a picture. I literally found a picture of the exact cart this dude was smoking. It was a Backpack Boys lemon cherry gelato dispo. I have I just looked at this thing like it was up to my lips and I was about to hit it. I just fucking looked at it for like a good 5 seconds, like my eyes widened, and I look over to Kylie and I show it to her, and she's like her eyes just go wide too, and we just share this fucking look of like, oh my god, holy fuck. We neither of us could believe it. We have never seen something so boof in our entire fucking lives. Neither of us. And we're just holding this thing, just fucking looking at this ridiculous. It's literally shaped like a backpack, guys. Like it's literally shaped like a fucking backpack, and it feels like it has like the same like weight and like quality feeling of like a fucking McDonald's toy. I feel like I could get this shit out of my Happy Meal, bro. Yeah, y'all come get your fucking Backpack Boys Happy Meal and get your little dispo filled with fucking pesticides. And I mean, we were laughing about this shit. But anyway, Gabe comes back, guy in the drive-thru comes back with our donuts, my bagel, all our shit. We didn't even have to pay. Like I think he forgot because he was so fucking fried off this Backpack Boys bullshit. And I hand him his card back. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. Like it's lit. Like thank you. Cause like I'm not gonna be like, bro, you're smoking boof right to his fucking face. Cause like, hey, he's me up with like he hooked us up with like 6 donuts too, like a half dozen for fucking free. Like I'm not trying to get on this guy's bad side. I'm like, yeah, like shit's fucking fire, dude. Thank you. Like we drive off and we ended up driving around just for a couple more hours. We ended up back at her house because she decided like we're just gonna leave my car overnight while we head to the party, and like you can just drop me off at it tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, bet sounds fucking good, whatever. So a couple hours go by, and it's 5 o'clock by the time we depart for this party. I've already been up for like what 9 hours? No, 10 hours at this point, and it's already been probably the most eventful day of my life so far. And we head to this party, and I'm not gonna get super into detail, but it's a normal time. I remember we ended up ordering some KFC. We were playing Fortnite. I got a win on Fortnite, just hanging out, listening to music, smoking some pot. No acid involved at this trip. At this party, we were talking about our trip a lot, but we didn't do any more. By the time like 5 like rolled around, like it kind of worn off on us. But we're at this party, and it's like 11 o'clock. And keep in mind, it's still the 21st, and one of my friends, the host, is like, hey, like, you guys, I got these fucking indica dabs. Like, let's rip this shit and then head to bed. Because we were all tired by that point. Zoe had school that day. Me and Kylie, like, you guys know what we were up to. And we were all just fucking tired at this party. And we take these indica dabs. And I remember, like, we put it in with a normal, like, just pipe, like a normal bowl pack, pretty much, like just a pipe. And we're smoking it, we're passing it around, and it gets to me, and this really fucked me. This is like the indica like dab of doom. This is why I wanted to like I was thinking about splitting this into three parts because this is just a long ass story. But honestly, no one's tracking down the other parts. Like I feel like y'all would just want it as one long video, so that's what I'm gonna do instead. But yeah, basically we're smoking these fucking indica dabs and or this pipe with dabs in it. And I remember I took one rip off it, and I think I just sucked on it a little too hard, like full Diddy, by the way, completely sus. When I say that, like in every way possible, completely sus. All right, I just sucked on it too hard. I remember it's like this weird looking pipe. It's like a pipe, but it's got a big chamber for smoke when you pull on it, and I just watched it fill up with smoke completely in like 2 seconds, and I inhaled all of it, and the second that hit the back of my throat, I just thought, oh fuck, like I just got all of those dabs in my fucking lungs, and I'm coughing like a bitch. And I went to sleep like 10 minutes later. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I tapped out after this. I went right to fucking bed as soon as that, like pretty much as soon as that thing. And I remember I was sitting in bed, like literally like feeling like it felt like my body was like fucking shaking. It felt like I was like laying flat on a magic carpet while it traveled through, like going up and down and waving and shit like that. It felt like I was just getting thrown around like that on the bed. It was fucking crazy. And I ended up sleeping. I slept until like 9 o'clock the next day when everyone woke up, and then I fell back asleep at like 10 till like 12. Like I I was asleep all fucking day, and we ended up just hanging out some more for the rest of the day. And when I got home, I ended up getting home at like 3. And guys, these indica dabs, this was fucking terrible. It's literally the next day. I got home at 3, did my thing for like 2 hours, and then I literally slept from 5 to like 11 o'clock. I slept even more. And after that, this is the crazy thing. After that, I still went to bed at 1 o'clock and slept until 9 the next day. I slept like, what's that? Like a total of like 13 fucking hours that night. That was ridiculous. I finally like woke up for the first time in like 3 days. I woke up actually feeling sober. Because I'm not gonna lie, the 22nd, the day after we did the acid, after I took those dabs, I felt pretty fucked the entire day. I wasn't firing on all cylinders, without a doubt. But yeah, that's pretty much the like long, extended, full story, because I really do consider this all like one event because I was kind of on the move for all of it. Like I didn't really have too much of a chance to relax during any of this story. So yeah, but that's basically the first time I did acid. Has one big story. I literally had to sneak my girlfriend out of my house like this shit was a prison escape. It was fucking insane. It was ridiculous. Anyway, guys, it's been Bulletproof Salt. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, today's story. This is definitely a longer one than usual. This is going to be like 45 minutes long. But yeah, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a good day.